and a good evening to you. Hey, how you all doing tonight? My name is YAA'S, and I welcome you to YAA'S Book Corner. And today is Tuesday, so we are doing practical Nyamesem. But I'm just going to share to groups and to people, some friends, and then we'll come back and start the conversation. So here we go. Where was I? I hope that you are all doing well. You are alive in the land of the living, grateful for another day. You've been able to go out and come in safely, healthy. So we're thankful. Sometimes we forget to be thankful. So let's see. Do I have everybody? Let me go and share to some friends if I can get them today. So today, well, we are in the middle of September now. 2021 is racing to the end. Okay, let's see. Who am I missing? I need to remember my... All right, so I think we are done. So let's go through a few announcements before I carry on. I've been talking about this program. Where is it? Okay, here it is. So you are invited to join us for an epic book launch for The Beauty of a Woman's Heart on Saturday, September the 25th. The time is 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is my time here in Edmonton, Canada, 5 p.m. GMT, 6 p.m. BST, and it's going to be virtual on Zoom, and there is the Zoom link. So I've shared it into groups, I've shared it to my friends. When you get it, please share with your networks. And I encourage you to get the book. You still have time to get the book and be part of the discussion. It's going to be an awesome time. Okay, so we'll talk about that a little later. And so right now, today, I'm going to pull up the banner of what we are discussing. So let's see, where is it? There. Practical Nyamesem. When I put it out, I originally had it as, is your gift making a way for you? Because what we're going to talk about today is based on Proverbs 18:16. That says that a man's gifts will make way for him before great men. And I realized that I had done something on it or written about it. So I changed the topic. And I think in that episode, I focused mainly on Joseph. But today we're going to look at four sets of people. And I changed the title to Pursuing Excellence because those people, those men, they did not get where they got to by just sitting around and things falling into their laps. It took a lot of work. Yes. So that's what we're talking about today. So like I said, the essence of practical Nyamesem is that for me, as a Ghanaian from, Ghana in West Africa, and we're very, I don't know what to call it. We're deep into our faith, or we're very, should I call it very religious? Like Ghanaians are very, very religious. So, we are into the Bible, and it's interesting how sometimes when you go on social media conversations and maybe somebody, especially if somebody has fallen from grace to grass, or they've sinned, and you go and see the comments, they are so judgmental, so so whatever. There's no room for there's no room for grace, because when you see something happening to somebody, you must not be too quick to go judge the person. What you need to tell yourself is that it could be me. It could be me. Like, we have to get into the habit of being humble and saying, there for the grace of God go I, right? So for me, I've done a lot of soul searching in recent years, this last how many years, and the more I think, I look at how we interpret the Bible, and it doesn't line up. What is in the Bible is not lining up to how we actually live out our lives. Because, the Bible will tell you that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. It doesn't mean that you can do everything, but I mean, it's positive. It's encouraging you that, no matter how hard it is, God will help you through it. Just rely on Him, but you need also to put in effort. But sometimes we have a mentality that things should be done for us, right? And so this year, like, we seem to have this sense of mediocrity that anything goes. So it doesn't matter, just do it. In our language, I have a term called biara biara, just do it anyhow. So, excuse me, when you are somebody who's given to excellence or excelling, people go, oh, why are you worrying yourself too much? What this all about? Just relax, just relax. But hey, you're not going to go anywhere by staying in that mediocrity, right? So this is why I'm saying I'm using these scenarios to paint a picture that your gift will make a way for you before great men if you are given to pursuing excellence in whatever you do. Pursuing excellence does not mean putting too much pressure on yourself. That's not the conversation I'm having today. The conversation I'm having is that as a person, you need to come to the point where you are proud of yourself in terms of using your 10 fingers to working hard, standing for excellence, doing everything well, integrity, honesty, everything, what have you. So that's the conversation today. So first of all, we'll look at David. We all seem very familiar with this David's story. David was a giant slayer, yes. He was a musician also, and then he became a conqueror and a king. He began as a humble shepherd, but it's not like he was just sitting around doing nothing. When animals or lions or whoever came to attack the sheep, hey, he went after them. He dealt with it. There was a certain training that he received in the wilderness, I would say, that prepared him for his future role. So he was catapulted before King Saul when he became a giant slayer, because I think his father had sent him to go see his brothers, and even one of his brothers was very angry at him, telling him, what are you doing here? You are such a show off, you're always coming around, this, that, blah blah, just giving him a hard time. And David was incensed with how this Goliath was mocking God's children. Because David was somebody who had a deep, intimate relationship with God, he wasn't having any of that. He goes, no, I can do this. So, of course, what did he do? He got his stones and his sling, and there was the downfall of Goliath. And even then, because of that, that brought him before the king, like he was, what do you call it? He was a good musician, so he played the harp for King Saul when he was plagued by the evil spirit that was tormenting him. He ended up becoming King Saul's armor bearer, but of course, we know how that story went. It turned into hatred, and King Saul was chasing him all around, trying to kill him. So here's somebody who had been anointed future king of Israel, and look at all the things he had to go through before he got into that position. But in that meantime, he was pursuing excellence. There was a time even that he went out to battle, and of course, when he was coming back dancing, and people were so joyful, victorious, and people were saying, oh, David has slain his tens of thousands, Saul has slain only thousands, or something like that. And that made, oh my gosh, the green-eyed monster really took over Saul from then. And also, well, his wife Michal, is that the name, Michal or Michal? She was looking down at him, just dancing before the Lord and half naked with all these women or whatever around him. So she was despising him in her heart. And we know what happened, right? Yeah. So this is David's story. If he wasn't skillful in all these areas, he wouldn't have appeared before a king. So his assets, his skills, his gifts is what brought him before the king. And then, of course, we go to Joseph. Like I've talked about Joseph before. Joseph, his trouble started when he started blabbing his dreams to his family. Of course, it went on, and he was a favorite son. So the father also had sewed a coat of many colors for him. I tell you, the things that parents do, right? We parents, we are a whole lot of trouble, like favoritism, you know. So his brothers hated him with a passion. Of course, they found a way to sell him. One day he was going to, I think his the usual. Why is it that these people, their father is always sending them somewhere, right? So Joseph too was sent to go look for his brothers or something. I don't know, was it a place called Dothan? Or either he got there and he couldn't find them, he had to continue looking for them. And so what happened is that they see him coming and say, oh, they saw him afar off and they go, oh, hey, here comes that dreamer. Let's get rid of him. His oldest brother Reuben tried to stand in for him, but it didn't work. They threw him into a pit. And then, of course, they saw some Midianites coming by. They sold him as a slave. They went home, dipped his favorite, whatever, his colorful, colorful attire into, and went back and gave it to the father that he had been killed by an animal. So, oh, that's a lot of noise going on. So this was what was going on. And so what happened is that when he came to his first area of service was in Potiphar's house. And with David, what I kept seeing is that wherever he went, whoever was the boss, or as kids will say, or my kids will say, the boss, your kids say, you are not the boss of me. Whoever was the boss of Joseph didn't pay any mind. It's like in my language, they'll say, well, he's just looking somewhere because Joseph was in charge. Joseph was in charge. So Potiphar looked away. Of course, Potiphar's wife became a trap and a snare for Joseph. So he ended up in prison. In prison, the warden looked away, because Joseph was in charge. Yes. So anyway, it's like there were these two people, the baker and the butler or whoever, they had these dreams, and Joseph interpreted it for them. And he told one of them, they both went out, but one got killed. The other went back into service. But of course, like human nature, he promptly forgot about Joseph until Pharaoh had a horrible dream and wanted interpretation. So then was it the baker or the butler? Now I don't remember. Said, oh my goodness, I've done somebody a great wrong. There's a man that I met in jail, a man that I met in jail, and he could interpret dreams. So Pharaoh said, well, let's go bring that person. So Joseph went from prison to the palace. Yes. And in my previous episode, when I talked about him, I said, what skills, what talents, what gifts did he have that brought him before the king? Well, he did come, and he came and interpreted that dream. So, the dream that Pharaoh was having is that there would be 7 years of, bumper, whatever, plenty, and then 7 years of drought. That's how Joseph had interpreted it. So then he goes, well, what? Joseph was saying what should be done, find somebody who can do this, can organize this, supplies, logistics, all that stuff. And then Pharaoh looked at him, well, gee, the thing is, why should I go bring somebody else when you are standing here? So Joseph, I said, was loyal. He was trustworthy. He was enterprising. He was resourceful, and he had organizational and management skills. So you and I, if we are shoddy work, right? When we are given a task to do and we are told, oh, the deadline for this project is September 30th, September 28th, people are coming to you asking questions. So where is it at? I need your piece so I can finish off mine. Nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, you are people know you that you know your stuff, but just because of these tiny, tiny elements, it makes you not reliable. That's the word. You are not reliable. So, when we are reading some of these things in the Bible, we need to apply it, think through it, and say, look, these people that we are talking about, look at how accomplished they were. How do I get to be that way? It's not that you go to church and the pastor has preached about David and then you just take your Bible and you go home. you're supposed to reflect on it and say, because really the word is supposed to help you make your life better, but we have made it irrelevant. We go, oh, it's for the olden days, it's for this, it's for that. Me, if you give me a chance, I'll sit here and talk till daybreak about everything that you need in this life is in the Bible. Everything from anger to friends to adultery to whatever. Haven't you read? I always quote this scripture for all the good day, Miss Sage. Welcome. For all the philanderers out there that drink water from your own cisterns. Hello, Ajua. Welcome. Drink water from your own cisterns. Yes. Why go chase after another woman? Because it brings hardships and problems to you. Yeah. I'm talking about it because we know how it is. People say, oh, don't worry. As for our culture, that's how it is. But it brings problems. When your father goes to marry another woman or have children with somebody else, SMP, it's a lot of things. We normalize it, but it creates confusion. It creates division. You have my wives go at each other's necks. People go and do all kinds of things. We won't mention here, but you all know what I'm talking about. Yes. Let me take a break and read this comment. Ajua says, pursuing excellence includes hard work, self-care, self-love, self-discipline, self-respect. Develop your mindset, learning to recognize your ability with realistic goals and plan along with many other coping skills to grow and change. Thank you. That is exactly that. You have to have that willingness to want to change. So Joseph, because of all this, and yes, he managed Pharaoh's resources very, very well. You can go and read Joseph's account. It's in the Genesis somewhere, even all to the point of his brothers coming back to meet him because there was a famine all through the land. So the father had to send them to Egypt. And who was there? Who was their savior? Yes. So he told them, what you meant for evil, turn out, it was God's plan that should happen. So God always works through the bad things going on in life to bring it to a good end. So in this case, in this case, Joseph became the savior of his family. You know what I've noticed? A lot of, and this is, I'm digressing, but I'm going to use it to become an example. A lot of times children or, that parents or fathers do not want to recognize like, oh, it's not my child, it's not this, or maybe the father is not that involved, or even children who are disdained, they are not honored or respected. Those are the ones who end up becoming the blessings for the family. As a mother or a father, you should never ever put your mouth on your child and say you are useless. You won't amount to anything. You won't amount to this. You won't amount to that. Look at what David's brothers were mocking him and being whatever to him. He became king. Look at Joseph, So the third person that we go to is Daniel. I won't carry on too much about Daniel. We all know Daniel's story. He was a man of excellence. He also had ability to interpret dreams, and that is what brought him before the king. After he had even interpreted the king's dream, the king was prostrating before him and all that. And because of the excellence of he and his friends, he was even made what was the word, like a satrap over the land. Like he was always being promoted because of just the way he was. Because in Daniel, the story of Daniel, it says that an excellent spirit dwelt in him. So, does an excellent spirit dwell in you? We talk a lot in our community right now. Fix the country, fix the mind. You yourself, it's not the mentality that the government is going to come and do everything for you doesn't wash. You as a human being that was created by God on this earth, you are created in God's image. You need to feel good about yourself, respect yourself, value yourself, honor yourself, to know that no matter what, I don't have to be a lawyer or this big wig on Wall Street to feel important in life. Just for the mere fact that he put you here, you hold your head high, have some dignity, and you put your hands to whatever task that you are doing and do it well, because it brings respect to you and to him. Because if you are lazy at work, we know them, like people at work who don't want to do this, who don't want to do that, or, oh, this person, they say they are lazy, they don't work so hard, or they don't get things done. And then you hear it, oh, that person, oh, wow, they are great. You can rely on them. You give them a project, boom, like that, it's done. Which one do you want to be? And what example are we setting for our younger people? Are some of the questions that I want to ask. And so then I go to the fourth group of people. Maybe you may be familiar with them or not, but you find them in Exodus 31. I think it's in the verse 1 to 6. Bezalel and Ahoolab. So when the temple was being built, God commanded Moses to get these two people, because Bezalel was he was an artisan skilled in creating things in gold, bronze, woodwork, what have you. So imagine that God said, I have put this talent in this person, so I want you to use this person to do that job. So what is inside you that you are sitting on it and sitting there being coy, looking around you, feeling shy or feeling timid or feeling afraid of the people who are in the group with you, that, oh, we are all over here. We've told ourselves, as for us, well, what can we do? We can't do much until we are just living life. And then you decide, oh, no, that is not what I want to do. But I'm afraid of my friends. Really? Your life is ticking by. Time is flying. Time is flying. Are you living for your friends? The question that I always ask is, do they breathe for you? Do your children breathe for you? Does your husband breathe for you? Is your wife breathing for you? You're breathing on your own. It is the breath of God that is in you. Tomorrow he may say, look, it's time, and you are gone. So why are you wasting time looking around you, looking at people and caring what people are thinking instead of getting on with life? You know something? All this stuff that I'm talking about, when you do it, it blesses you and then it impacts others positively. Because if you are sitting around doing nothing with yourself and you know that your life is wasting away, you know, and your soul is never, ever happy. So, yes, that's what is going on. Why am I talking about all of this? Because I said in Proverbs 18:16 says, a man's gifts will bring him before great men. Your skills and your talents will open doors for you. So David, same story. Joseph, Daniel, and then I just mentioned Bezalel and Ahoolab. So with that, I think I'm going to go on a break, and then I will be back to talk about how we can pursue excellence. If you wish to, you have to desire it. If you think your life is over and you are singing that perpetual song of gloom and doom and woe is me, and oh, and nothing went well for me, my father didn't do this, my mother didn't do this, oh, they had to send some other siblings to school, but when it got to my time, there was no money, so this and that, then that is your sob story. You carry it with you to the grave. But if you are wise, you wisen up, because when you start to do something for yourself, you feel happy inside that you are doing things that you are passionate about. Your life is meaningful. You are being fruitful, right? So Ajua says, true talk and simple logic. Many people normalize anything because they give up too easily and do not pursue their true call. Due to, as I always say, copycats, follow, pretense, lies, gossiping, unnecessary competition and comparison, deadly devotion, worshipping mere humans instead of God, 419, greed, jealousy, enviousness, bitterness, anger, immaturity, egoistic toxicity, unhealthy assumptions, excuses, blaming games, enablement, hypocrisy, and double standards. Ajua, you have said it all very well. It's like, we do all these things, and it just shows that we are stuck in a place of small-mindedness. These are petty things. Jealousy. Even you can have your own siblings saying mean and hurtful things about you. And then you ask yourself, where is that coming from? It's coming from a place of bitterness, pain, hurt. Sometimes all these things are going on with us and we don't know how to handle ourselves. So we lash out at people. And in a society where we don't appreciate or treasure that concept, that thing called mental health, because there's so much taboo and a stigma attached to it that if you tell people that, look, I think something is going on, Nkoye, I think that maybe you need to seek help, they'll turn on you and insult you and tell you that, wow, what are you trying to say? Am I crazy? But a lot of the workplaces that we are in, they have these resources that we have to make use of. I remember that we were dealing with a serious situation in my family a few years ago to do with one of my sisters, domestic violence, that kind of thing. And so two of us were outside and I said, hey, that was a stressful time. So yes, I did seek counseling. And so when you talk to my mom and those other siblings back home, oh, they said you went, like, they find it amusing. I say, oh, really? Can you imagine being us outside, no connection, and you are over there taking it cool that because, oh, you see, we are too hard on ourselves. We come from a harsh environment. I always say we don't acknowledge our feelings. When people talk about their feelings, we think, oh, you're too, look, I don't believe in, what do you call it? This softy, oh, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not talking of that pampering that goes on in this environment, like the over pampering, but a healthy assessment of your feelings, your emotions, to know where you are at in life. That will guide you and tell you that, look, something is wrong. I'm not feeling okay. Let me sit back, quietly reflect and find out what's going on with me. If it's something that you can resolve, yes, you resolve and you move on. But if it's getting to be something else more serious, hey, maybe you are getting depressed and you need to seek help. But we act like, we are so harsh. We'll open our mouths and say cruel things to each other, laugh at people, mock at them. And we think we are all unhealthy in a sense, because it's very few people that have got that memo and are associating with like-minded people who build them up and who they build. It's a mutual relationship. Look, sometimes even people can come across like they are okay, they are self-actualized, and yet when you meet with them, they want to put you down. Yes, I'll say that. And so we are so insecure. We feel threatened by each other. We have not learned the habit of acknowledging and praising people or building people up and say, hey, you are doing a good job, carry it on. Or, hey, I like how you did that. Maybe I can learn from you, get something going and work with each other. No. Our DNA can change, but our DNA can never change, but we have the capability to pause, reprogram, acquire knowledge, process with clear understanding before applying to reprogram ourselves. Ajua, you are saying you are dropping it all, but are we willing to? We are so, you see, basically the issue is that we are timid people. Just because of the upbringing, we are timid. We're not confident enough to say, hey, push. And I'm saying it generally, but you have pockets that are building, but overall, as a people, in my time growing up anyway, this is what I found. Because it took me getting away from that environment and coming to a new environment and realizing that, hey, it's not the same people here. They are about something else, and everybody is pushing, everybody is moving. Are you going to sit back and be dull and say, oh, I can't do this? You'll get left behind. And you need to come up to speed, study your environment, change the mindset so that you can adapt and operate in the system, whether you like it or not. You can tell me that, oh, me, I'm a Ghanaian. So this is, no, you are not in Ghana. When you are here, it's a different system. You have to change your mindset, you have to. Adjoa says, majority of us do not reflect on our decision-making choices, circle of friends who we look up to. That is it. There's lack of mentors, not that many around, I suppose. I don't even know. So I'm going to go on the break and then we'll come back and talk about how we can pursue excellence. Maybe. We'll talk till kingdom come. Hello, and we are back. And the book again is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. You can find it on Amazon US, Amazon Canada, Germany, France, Italy, Spain. Who's the other one? Yeah, I think I have them all. And then Innovi Books. As well, do not forget my first book, Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. You can get it on Friesen Press, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Google Books, and iTunes. And it gives me great pleasure to let you know that the flyer for the program on the 25th of September is finally out. Join us for this epic book launch. So it's on Saturday, September 25th, 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 5 p.m. GMT, 6 p.m. BST, and the virtual is it's a virtual venue, and the Zoom ID is at the bottom. Now I'll put it out this way: if you come on these programs and you watch me every time, you see me promoting people's things. So anybody that I've promoted, kindly share this program so that people will come and benefit. For those of you who've read the book, let's all help each other out. So please, I'll be checking. Go put this out there so that people will come and watch and patronize and enjoy the discussions. Okay, that's how it is. Yes. So again, September 25th, 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 5 p.m. GMT, 6 p.m. BST. And the Zoom link is over there. Thank you kindly. Let me take that back. And let's see. Oh, okay. Ajua said the program after pause. So let me put the banners back on. We were talking about pursuing excellence. A man's gifts will bring him before great men. Yes. Oh, my Wi-Fi is acting up. If I go blank, I'll be back, okay? So there's an article that I saw, but I'll add my own comments. It was by a lady called Renee Smith. I think she said 10 ways of pursuing excellence, but I picked 8 or so. It's like, how do you get to that point where you want to pursue excellence? You need to have passion, like you need to be excited about life. Don't just take what you have been given. Oh, as for me, my house, we don't do anything. We don't amount to anything. We just go to school. We go to Form 5 and we are done. It's you. You are part of a family, yes, but you came as an individual. If you were 3 sisters and 4 brothers, you all didn't come together. You all came separately. So you have to find your way in life. What are you passionate about? What brings you satisfaction? And you have to understand that these people that I talked about, they just didn't get there overnight. David did not become a king overnight. He was anointed. Look at the suffering that he went through, pretending before one of the kings of the Philistines to be mad and spitting all. Like, you know what? A lot of people go through a lot of things to get to the top. But with us, when people get there through their hard work, we look at them and say, oh, he's gone and done some juju or gone and done something to get that money, because we refuse to work hard. We refuse to think that we can do the same thing. We put ourselves so low that we put people on these pedestals and we think they are the only people who can get over there. No, you can too. You just have to put your mind to it. So I say again that you have to commit to doing what is required to excel. It takes discipline, hard work, training. Yes, depending what it is that you want to do, you may have to even go do some schooling. And we're not saying go to school for 6 years, go to school for 10 years. It can be a 3-month course. It can be whatever it is that you feel you are passionate about. Find out what you need. Yes. And also you need to use knowledge of yourself and your goals. What I mean by that, or what this person means, that you have to evaluate your strengths and your weaknesses. The other day in this live on Sunday, I was saying that I'm weak in math, but I'm good at English. That's why I write. So if you come and ask me any word, like, well, it was forced on us in India, the reading and the knowing meanings of words, like even when my kids were in school and they come and ask you, oh, what does this word mean? Even if I can't tell them word for word. Obviously, I'm not a dictionary, so I can't tell them word for word what it means, but I'm able to hear the word and give them the root of it. That, oh yeah, this is what I remember. This is what I think, yes. This is what I think it means. And then they'll check the dictionary too and find out, yes, I was along those lines. So for me, that's what I'm good at. So now I understand why I write. So you could be the mathematician, maybe you are working, but how about you tutor some kids? And I'm not saying you can be a mentor, but even mentors don't do things for free. So you can tutor somebody, you can tutor people, people have made businesses out of that. So even the thing is, it's not to just find out your strengths and weaknesses and just leave it at that. The strengths, you build up on it, and the weaknesses, you work on it to improve. And also maintain an upbeat attitude about yourself and your goal. Don't take yourself so seriously. You're trying to work hard, but if something doesn't go well, just step back, regroup, come up with a different plan, and keep going. Again, I'll say stay focused on what you want. Don't get sidetracked. Look, pursuing excellence comes with a lot of things. It's not every time that you get up and run around telling everybody your plans. You know our people. Oh, who says you can do that? I tried it, it didn't work. We didn't do that. How, you hear all kinds of negative things. Look, it's okay to seek advice, but go to people that you know can give you good advice. Look for them. If you are discerning, you'll be scoping and watching, and you know that, oh yeah, that person, I can rely on them. I can ask them this question. Even if they don't know all the answers, they'll push me to somebody who will. Those are the kinds of people you need to find and surround yourself with. And then also you need to have flexibility and balance. Adapt. You can't do things the same way. If something is not working, try something different. Okay, when you hit a snag, a lot of times people face challenges, the first challenge, and they give up. Oh, I can't. To me, I can't. Then they give up. To pursue excellence, look, this guy who, what's his name again? The guy who created the light, was it Thomas Edison? Or do you know how many times he tried before he got it right? All these people the great inventors, maybe if you took time even and sampled 3 of them and read their story, you'd hear the challenges and frustrations. But as for us, we always wanted, what is fast food? Just now. You have to work. You have to have a tenacity. I call it tenacity, grit, and nerves of steel. If you are not strong and you don't have that thing that, no, I can't give up, I have to do this, I have to do it, you'll give up, you'll never do anything. And people will help you not to do it too, yes. Because as you are doing it, there's people who are sitting around looking, feeling threatened by what you're doing. Instead of being happy for you and helping to push you, or maybe you also have something you can teach them or tell them, no, they'll rather work at bringing you down so you don't make progress. Look, if you see anybody who's doing well at something, just say a word of encouragement, just one word, just say something. Help them. It will help them. It lifts people's spirits up. Okay, let's try that. Like, as a people, we don't know how to empower, we don't know how to build up, but we are very good at tearing down. It's no wonder in 2021 we are still where we are as a nation, because if you are doing well, somebody will come up about and say, oh, that person, oh, don't mind them. They are not good. They are up to no good. Meanwhile, they don't even know you. But that's what they can say. Yes. So I'm saying that in life, there will be challenges. It's very easy when things are going good. We're all having a field day, smiling, laughing, chatting. But the first challenge comes up. Then you see the true nature of people. Yes. Adwa says selfishness in Kwanzaa. That's why many do not succeed. That is true, because, like, you have to try. You have to try. If you are somebody who just gets envious when you see people doing well, tell yourself, let me try this. Maybe let me congratulate them. The next person does something. Oh, hey, great, that's good. Keep doing it. You'll see that after a while, you've changed how you know something. You can't just be there sitting in your old ways, wallowing in it, going nowhere. it's all sitting here in your chest. You are not happy. You are not happy. Try something different. So lastly, I say stick with your goal until you've accomplished it. Giving up does not cut it. When you give up, you look down on yourself, and how do I call it? It diminishes your self-esteem. There are a lot of people that when they don't accomplish something, they look at it that, oh, I failed. And then they sit there, oh, and woe is me. Oh, I can't do it. I never do anything right. No, challenges will come. If that didn't work, something else will. Find out what that something else is and do it. Yes, we should not just sit around, doing nothing with ourselves, thinking that this is it. Look, a lot has happened in the world in these last 2 years to make us change our attitudes, but sadly, some didn't get the memo yet. You have to wake up. Today, there's 2 things that I read on Facebook that, wow, it stuck with me. Like, one lady wrote something about unrush yourself. Stop always being in a rush, unrush yourself. What you're going to do, you'll get there, but unrush yourself. And then the other one says, wake up and live. Some wake up and they are dead, but they are walking around, So let's stay motivated. Again, I came today to talk about a man's gift making way for him before great men. We read it in the Bible and we think they are talking to somebody else, but they are talking to you too. They are talking to you. Yes. If you have a goal and you are pursuing it, it will make a way for you because you are impacting others. We are not called to come and live here and live selfish lives. You are a solution to somebody's problem. You are an answer to somebody's problem. And somebody also is, a solution to your problem. So that's how it goes. So let's figure ourselves out. For me, again, I say my intent on doing practical Nyamesem is that some of these things I see in the Bible, I feel like we take it the wrong way and we misinterpret and misapply it and sit there expecting manna to fall from heaven. But you have gifts in you that you have to use. So I will end it there. Yes, I have said quite a bit today. So we will, I think there's a comment. Let me take this off. Read this last comment. Yes, Amajo, don't just exist. Don't drift through life. Do not drift through life. So there we have it. And I will pull up this again. Again, beautiful people, everybody, please share this for me. Amajo, Miss Sage, Ajo Odo, Aisha, whoever comes on this program, please share. Let's come out on September 25th and have a fun time. I thank you so much for, I'll be checking, please share. If you don't share, I'll come and nag you in your inbox. So, thank you so much for taking the time to listen. Make something of yourself, no matter what. Any small, it can be a small thing. Even if yours is encouraging people, you see some people, oh, hey, how are you doing today? Have a great day. You've blessed somebody. Do something. Don't sit and wallow in self-pity. Life is not over. You have breath in you. Life is not over. You have breath in you. So go out there and be a champion. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all coming out to listen to me. So we'll see you next time. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye. Thank you, ladies, and any gentlemen who come after. Miss Sage, Adrodo, Amajo. Yeah, I think those are the names that I saw. Bless you. Bye-bye for now.